if you're struggling to get some bills paid and it's hard for you to get a loan anywhere from $100 up to $2,500, I'm gonna show you some of the best places you can go. All right, now with some of these lenders, transparency that you have to be making at least $1,000 a month after taxes. Okay, but the first one we're going to jump right into is CreditLend. Okay, and as you can see here, CreditLend lends up to $2,500. All right, from $100 to $2,500. Now, here's the thing about CreditLend: they are a platform. Okay, and so what that means is that you will put your name, your information in, and they will shop around for the best loan for you. Okay, now please keep in mind, CreditLend may be looking at some tribal lenders. All right, we're going to talk about that in a minute, but with CreditLend, they're not going to do a hard pull on the credit. All right, now the next lender we're talking about is the MACWA Finance. All right, now with MACWA Finance, they are a tribal lender. Okay, and so what that means is that they are not regulated by the federal government. And because they're not regulated by the federal government, their interest rates is going to be much higher. Okay, now in terms of how much you're able to borrow with them is up to $2,000. Now please keep in mind, with some of these here lenders, granted they're not going to do a hard pull on the credit, but also they are not in all 50 states as well. Okay, now here's with MACWA, they tell you the minimum qualifications: receive regular income. So that means that you can be on welfare, you can be at disability, but again, out of transparency, I would tell you at least show that you're making $1,000 a month after taxes. Okay, so that's the thing about it that really make things confusing for a lot of people, because they may qualify in certain areas, but then they may not have enough income. All right, so that's another lender you can look at. Then you have American Web Loans, and as you can see here with American Web Loans, they go from $300 up to $2,500. All right, and so again, is another one of these lenders. They're not in all 50 states. But one of the things that I had just mentioned about not doing a hard pull on the credit, that's the good part about it. You're not worried about a hard pull on the credit. Not saying they will not check your credit, because what they're going to do, they're going to check these here third-party financial credit bureaus. So they may check like a Teletrack. Now Teletrack, if you've ever taken out a loan online, they are owned by Equifax, so they save that data. And yes, you can freeze your Teletrack report if you need to. Also, you have Data X, which is owned by Equifax as well, and you can freeze or get your financial credit report from them as well. Then you also have Lexus. Now, with some lenders, they may use this as well. And then you also have Clarity, which is owned by Experian, which is also a financial data credit bureau. Okay, and you can definitely see that you can get your credit score, you can freeze your credit report, you can request your credit report. So you can do all this thing with these third-party credit bureaus. That way, before you even apply for those high interest rate loans, then you know what's going on. All right, and then the last one is Factor Trust. Factor Trust is owned by TransUnion. Okay, so it's a financial credit bureau owned by TransUnion, and yes, you can freeze your credit report. You can dispute things on your credit report. Now, one of the biggest things that I tell a lot of people, most of the time with these third-party lenders and stuff like that, is not that you're getting denied because of credit. It has nothing to do with that, but it's the address. So that's another thing. When you're going to be considering applying for these type of loans and stuff like that, you definitely want to make sure the address on the application is the same address that's actually in your credit file. So that's very important. All right. Now, you have another lender, and that's Opportune. Now, here's the thing about Opportune. They are a CDFI. They're a Community Development Financial Institute. They specialize in loans from $300 up to $10,000 They're mainly for the communities that are deprived of getting access to loans and stuff like that because of lower credit score and stuff. And their average interest rates is pretty much the same along like maybe with banks and credit unions. All right, when you have challenging credit. All right. Now, here's something that I would definitely tell you to do. If you are working a job and you can avoid going after those high interest rate loans, why don't you go to your HR and you file exempt? That means they'll stop taking taxes out of your federal taxes out of your check. You'll bring home a bigger paycheck. Now, here's what I was telling you guys. You can get denied from filing exempt, but it's only two ways. You owe no federal taxes. Okay, so if you owe federal income taxes, you can get denied from exempt. All right, and if you're not expecting a tax refund. So those are the only two things that would stop you. All right, so if you expecting that you owe taxes and you expecting not to get a tax refund, other than that, you can file exempt with your job. Okay, usually that kicks in. It takes maybe about a week or two pay periods. All right, now here's something else I would definitely tell you guys to do is go to this website unclaimed.org. All right, and when you go to this website unclaimed.org, what you want to do, you want to hover over here. It says find and claim, and this is a free government system. And you're going to put your name. You're going to pick what state you're in or the last state that you stayed in. You're going to put your name. You're going to put your address. And what it's going to do, it will find any money that's owed to you that the state may be holding on to. Okay, so this is definitely a resource for you. Then another resource for those of you that have moved somewhere, you left your job and stuff like that, you didn't receive your last paycheck, or you may not receive that bonus or something, you can go to webapps.dol. That's the Department of Labor.gov. All right, Department of Labor.gov, and under wages, what you would do, you would put your last employer in, then you would put the state in, and it will tell you if there's any outstanding money that belongs to you. All right, and then you can file a claim on it. Now, again, one other strategy I always tell people, look, if you have a Home Depot card or you have a family member with a Home Depot card, before going out to take out these high interest rate loans here, then what I would tell you to do is I look at your Home Depot card, look at the balance on it, and I would probably go up to Home Depot. I would probably buy a few toiletries, right? And then grab a few gift cards, Visa gift cards, okay? And I would actually use those to help pay bills versus, or cash them out through your Cash App or something like that, versus taking those high interest rate loans out. That's just a thought, and I hope it helps you. Some of the other lenders like Quick Cash Personal Loans, now this is the Community Credit Union of Florida. And as you can see, they offer quick cash loans. So you do have to be a member, but it's no credit check. So that's the thing about it. So it goes from 200 up to 2,000, right? And as you can see, no credit check, no application fee, 6 months payback term. So for up to 1,000, then they give you a year from $1,001 up to 2,000. All right, and you choose your due date. So that's the good thing about it. Plus, with this here credit union, they offer payday loans up to $2,500 as well, right? So that's a good credit union you may want to check out. Then we always talk about DCU, Digital Credit Union, where they have this here quick loan as well. $1,000 if you've been a member with them for the first 90 days, $2,000 if you've been with them with deposits for at least 6 months, all right? Now, you have another credit union, and this credit union is Billings Federal Credit Union. They too offer quick cash loans from $250 up to $2,000. No credit report needed. Okay, so it's just a matter of the amount of time. Like I said, with them, they say you have to be with them for at least 90 days. All right. Now, you also have Members First Credit Union. They offer quick cash for $2,000 as well. So it's no credit check with them as well. As you can see, no credit check. All right. So there are certain ones, unfortunately, like the ones that we usually talk about, Navy Federal, Penn Fed, they don't offer these short term type of loans and stuff. It's other credit unions like this. And so there is one other credit union that's certified federal credit union. Now the thing about it with certified credit union, they offer up to 2,000. Now the interesting thing about them, you don't have to be with them for a full 90 days, but it's no credit check. As long as you've been with them with deposit for at least 30 days, they will actually give you a loan. All right. So I hope that this video has some value to you for you trying to get a up to $2,500 emergency loan. If you have any questions, you can always click the link in the description, schedule a one-on-one consultation. See you in the next video.